Good day, everyone. In this chapter, we will investigate the relationship between pairs of angles that are created when two straight lines intersect or cross. Lesson 1, and we call this vertically opposite angles, our abbreviation vertically opposite angles. Now, so far you already know that the sum of angles on a straight line with the same vertex is equal to 180. Same vertex next to each other on a straight line, and we call them supplementary adjacent angles. Now what we are going to do, we are going to extend this line B, and look over here, we extended this line to E. So if we extend AB to AE, the two lines will intersect and we will get the following diagram. Look again, AE intersect CD. Immediately you have now four angles around point B. We already know that the two angles above CD, they add up to 180, right? Now I want you to look at this line here, AE. And on the left-hand side of AE, we have these two angles. They are on the same side, and they have a common vertex. They add up to 180 degrees because they are adjacent and they are on this straight line. Below CD, below line CD, we have these two angles, 1 and 2. They add up to 180 degrees. And if we look again, ABD is 50, ABC is 130, CBE 50, and DBE 130. These two angles, they are opposite each other, and they have the same size. Can you see there? ABC is vertically, we say vertically opposite EBD, and they have the same size. ABD and CBE, they are vertically opposite each other and they have the same size. So now we can say that when two lines intersect, CD and AE, the vertically opposite angles are equal. They are exactly the same size, right? So ABD 50 and CBE 50, CBA 130 and DBE 130. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Supplementary adjacent angles, these two, they still add up to 180. Next to each other with the same vertex on a straight line, add up to 180, but the vertically opposite angles are equal. Now sometimes vertically opposite angles are made up of two angles. Watch this one. This line here intersect that line there. So 50 is really vertically opposite A and B, right? A plus B, because this line and that line intersect. 50 is vertically opposite A plus B. Sometimes more than two lines intersect. So here we have yellow and a green line and a blue line. So three lines intersect. They all have the same vertex. Right. I want you to watch. Green and yellow intersect. So A is vertically opposite D. Green and blue intersect, so F is opposite C. Then we have blue and yellow intersect, blue and yellow intersect, so E is vertically opposite B. And we already said green and yellow, so D is vertically opposite A. So in this diagram, A is vertically opposite D, B is vertically opposite E, C is vertically opposite F, and D is vertically opposite A. But we still have our angles on the same side of the straight line that is equal to 180. So we start. Here we have the green line, and above the green line we have A plus B plus C. So these three angles add up to 180. Then we have C over here plus D plus E. They are below the blue line, but they all have the same vertex. They add up to 180. Then we have here E plus F plus A. They are above the yellow line. You see there? There's your yellow line. And above the yellow line, we have these three angles, A, F, and E. And they all have the same vertex. They add up to 180. Then we have over here B plus C plus D. All three below the yellow line. Right? B, C, and D below the yellow line. They add up to 180. Then we have D, E, and F. All three below the green line. D plus E plus F. They add up to 180. And lastly, we have F plus A plus B. All three above the blue line. Right? They add up to 180. Now in the following diagrams, which angle or angles are vertically opposite angles marked X and Y? Example, you must write it like X and 5 or X and 3. Now in our first one, you can see that line and that line intersect. Now what do you think? Is X vertically opposite 1, 2, and 3? All 3. Remember, the answers will appear on the last slide. So what do you think? X is vertically opposite 1, 2, or 3. Write it down. Okay. 4. You see, this line and that line intersect. So Y is equal, or Y is vertically opposite which angle? And X is vertically opposite which angle? Write it down. Okay. Here we have only 2 lines that intersect. This line is just a ray. This is just the ray that starts by this vertex here. Right. It does not intersect that 2 lines. So X, what do you think? Is X vertically opposite 1, 2, 3, or 4? Or maybe opposite 2 and 3? You decide. And lastly, G. You see here? This line and that line intersect. So you must now decide. This is X actually. That one there is X. You can't see it properly, but that is X. Right. X is vertically opposite. Remember, this line and that line intersect. This is only a ray that starts by the same vertex. This ray starts by this vertex. So X is vertically opposite, and you decide 1, 2, or 3. Y is vertically opposite. 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2, or what do you think? Write it down. And we have all the answers here for you. Right. So, once you are happy, you can go to our next lesson. And there we will find the sizes of unknown angles when lines intersect. Thank you so much. That is the lesson for today.